With the release of the Blue Beetle movie, I figured we'd take a look back at the history of the character. Blue Beetle is the name of three fictional superheroes, appearing in a number of American comic books published by a variety of companies since 1939. The most recent of the companies to own the rights to Blue Beetle is DC Comics, which bought the rights to the character in 1983, using the name for three distinct characters over the years. The original Blue Beetle was created by Charles Nicholas Wojciechowski and Fox Comics, and later owned by Charlton Comics. The first Beetle was Dan Garrett, who initially gained superpowers from a special vitamin, which was later changed to gaining powers from a sacred scarab. The original Blue Beetle was featured in not only his own comic, but also a weekly radio serial.
Blue Beetle? The answer is no. Go ahead, do your worst.
The second Blue Beetle, created by Charlton and later taken over by DC Comics, was the successor to Dan Garrett, known as Ted Kord. Kord jumped to the DC Comics universe during the Crisis on Infinite Earths alongside a number of other Charlton Comics characters. The second Blue Beetle later starred in his own 24-issue comic. Kord never had any superpowers, but used science to create various devices to help him fight crime. He became a member of the Justice League of America and was later killed during the prelude to DC Comics' Infinite Crisis crossover. The third Blue Beetle, created by DC Comics, is Jaime Reyes, a teenager who discovers that the original Blue Beetle scarab morphs into a battle suit, allowing him to fight crime and travel in space. Over the years, Reyes became a member of the Teen Titans and starred in two Blue Beetle comic series. In DC Comics' 2011 New 52 reboot, Jaime Reyes was the primary Blue Beetle character, only occasionally referring to past versions. With the subsequent continuity revision, DC Rebirth, the previous versions were restored. Jaime Reyes is played by Zolo Maraduena of Cobra Kai fame. This is the second live-action iteration of the character. The first one was done by Jaron Brant Bartlett in the episode Booster in Season 10 of Smallville. The Blue Beetle scarab, previously shown as an artifact of magic, is later retconned as a tool of War of the Reach, an ancient race of cosmic marauders. After being defeated by the Guardians of the Universe thousands of years ago and forced into a truce, the Reach poses as benevolent aliens, lending their advanced technology to budding civilizations. The scarab is a gift for that world's champion, giving him amazing powers and the knowledge of the Reach to protect their peers. Secretly, the scarab is part of an advanced hive mind with its own artificial intelligence covertly supplanting the wearer's own. The wearer is turned into the ultimate infiltrator, a cover agent intended to take over its own world. However, the Blue Beetle scarab is damaged, and so instead of controlling the host, it forms a symbiotic relationship with them. The Blue Beetle scarab uses its serial number, Kaji-Da, as its name. In the New 52, the Reach forgoes the secrecy and each wearer immediately becomes possessed by the scarab. It then uses its host's knowledge to decimate the world and prepare it for a full invasion by Reach forces. In DC Universe Rebirth, Ted Kord and Jaime Reyes believe the scarab is an alien device that bonded to Jaime's spine. Kord is fascinated by this scarab and wants to investigate the potential of it while Jaime fears it. When Jaime leaves Kord's lab to get to school, Dr. Fate appears to warn Kord that the scarab is not an alien device, but it is instead magic. This further sparks Kord's interest in the potential of the scarab. Conrad Carapax was an archaeologist who was a minor rival of Daniel Garrett. He traveled alone to Pago Island in hopes of discovering what Garrett had been searching for when he died. There, Carapax discovered the ruined remains of the secret laboratory that once belonged to Jarvis Kord. Among the things Carapax found was a fully intact, indestructible robot, which he attempted to activate. However, the machinery malfunctioned, electrocuting Carapax. Though his body died, Carapax's mind lived on, having been accidentally infused into the robot's electronic brain. When Chicago Police Lieutenant Max Fisher arrived on Pago Island to investigate Daniel Garrett's death, Carapax murdered the crew of the ship that had brought Fisher, hoping to use it to escape the island. But he wound up coming into conflict with the Blue Beetle and ended up sinking into the Atlantic Ocean. Carapax survived his apparent demise and became a frequent enemy of Blue Beetle. As the movie leans into this idea, Jaime Reyes is the third but most popular Blue Beetle, and the film will serve as an origin story for the character. When Jaime goes to apply for a job at Kord Industries, he suddenly finds himself in possession of the scarab. The ancient relic of alien technology chooses Jaime to be its host and bonds with him. This gives him a suit of armor capable of incredible abilities and pushes him toward becoming a superhero. When these new powers put Jaime's family in danger and in the crosshair of Carapax, the indestructible man, he has has to choose between this newfound responsibility and the old life he wishes he never left. While the status of the second Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, is still unknown, Victoria Kord will be playing a major role in the film as an antagonist. Susan Sarandon's character is an original one created for the movie, but the character has already made their way into the comics as Ted's older sister. One thing for sure is that she's willing to do anything to get the Scarab back. She aims to change the world with the power of the Scarab, but who knows what her true intentions may be. Sarandon has teased that she's the white military-industrial complex, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the movie. What are your thoughts about Blue Beetle or Xolo Maridueña? Are you going to go see the movie? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and ding the bell to stay up to date when we upload new videos. And as always, we'll see you in the next video.